Nobody who ever knew me would think that I was afraid to say what was on my mind, because that's what I seemed to do all the time. That was just nature, I think. I really was afraid, but that's why I'd have to put on an old lady coat, because who could be mad at an old lady for saying it? When I was starting off, I always did old women anyway, because I never felt very comfortable as a young woman. It's hard to be funny when you're concerned with how you look. So in a way, I think that it gave me courage that I really lacked. My natural instinct when we started to improvise was to go older woman, because of course I grew up with older women. They just seemed to be able to say anything. Anything would come out of their mouth. And it wasn't innocent, because they were women in their 50s and 60s who'd been through an enormous amount. I remember reading a novel by Doris Lessing a long time ago. Her character is walking down the street one day and she sees her reflection in the window of a shop. For the first time ever, she doesn't feel like, oh, how is somebody else going to see her? Or is she looking attractive or something? But she all of a sudden sees herself as herself, you know, and she moves from being the object of somebody else's desire into becoming the subject of her own life. And I think that that is the journey that we all travel as women.
But science is now after proving that if you put human happiness, if you plotted it out, you know, on a graph, it would make a U-bend towards a much happier old age, starting about age 50. Thanks be to God it happened to me then, because that was the time when everything, you know, was starting to go down. Oh, yes. What's it, Mrs.? My neck, my back, my ducky, you know, and my crack, you know.
What getting older is getting over yourself in a certain way, and also being with yourself long enough to feel comfortable with who you are, not some made-up person that you're trying to be because you think that's what people want you to be. The thing that happens to you as you get older, or you even put on an old coat and try to look older, you're freed up in some amazing way.
For the first time since you're about 10, you can wear what you want to. Oh, yeah, you can stop teetering around on those punishing pumps with the lay me down and do me heels. So high you're always in danger of spontaneous nosebleeds. And you can finally break free of the beige prison of those foundation garments. Oh my dear, the Spanx and the let alone the crucifying constriction of the cross your heart bra. Oh, relentlessly lifting and separating until your poor bosoms are practically barking, trying to escape. You know, well, you don't know incarceration until you spent 12 hours trapped inside of one of those. Or you'd have to be El Chapo or one of them to escape from them, you know.
Gloria Steinem says that women get more radical because we lose power, because as we stop being the object of somebody's desire, as that has been our role, to be the object, to be the mother, to breed, and as we stop being able to do any of those things, we suddenly have no place in society.
Once you accept, you know, that you are pretty well invisible to the opposite sex, and that you are no longer the object of anybody else's desire, well, then life can start. Oh, yes. Oh, old age, it's not for sissies. Oh, you've got to be tough, you know, and you need a big set of balls on you, you know, to have a successful old age. But like Betty White said, if you want to get tough, never mind strapping on a set of balls. What you need to strap on is a vagina. Because those things can really take a pounding.
A lot of women are angry because, let's face it, we've put up with a lot for a long time. And so as the world moves further and further to the right, and more people are disenfranchised, then maybe it is time for us women who become more radical to get out there and haul those yellow jackets off those right-wing yellow jacket wearers and start wearing those yellow jackets the way they're supposed to be worn for social justice and for equality. We could start a worldwide movement where we could say, no, enough.
It's time for us now now to take back the night, sir. Yes, and the morning, and the midday, and the afternoon, and the evening, too. Take it all back, sir. And with the tomb lurking just around the corner. What have we got to lose?